the lost civilization of the Maya. Deep in the dense jungles of Central America lie the ruins of one of the greatest civilizations of the ancient world, the Maya. Thousands of years ago, these cities were alive, filled with people, trade, and rituals. Their massive pyramids towered over the forest, while their priests meticulously studied the stars, creating some of the most accurate astronomical maps in history. But today, the Maya remain an enigma. How did they build such complex cities without metal or the wheel? How did they develop one of the most precise calendar systems? And why were their great cities suddenly abandoned? Today, we journey into the past to uncover the secrets of the Maya, a civilization that was far ahead of its time. The story of the Maya begins around 2000 BCE, when the first small settlements appeared in the lowlands of modern-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and Honduras. These people mastered agriculture, growing maize, beans, squash, and cacao. Over time, small villages transformed into powerful city-states, each with its own ruler, army, and religious traditions. These cities were connected by a complex network of trade routes where goods such as cacao, quetzal feathers, jade, and pottery were exchanged. By the 3rd century CE, the Maya had entered what is known as the Classic Period, an era of great architectural achievements, scientific discoveries, and prosperity. The Maya cities were not only economic and political centers, but also cultural hubs where art, literature, and science flourished. Unlike centralized empires, the Maya world was divided into numerous city-states such as Tikal, Palenque, Uxmal, and the famous Chichen Itza. These cities were centers of power and religion, where massive temples, palaces, and pyramids were constructed. Maya pyramids were not just temples, but also observatories. Their architects skillfully accounted for the movement of the sun and planets. For example, on the day of the spring equinox, sunlight on the pyramid of Kukulkan in Chichen Itza creates the illusion of a serpent moving down the steps, evidence of the Maya's advanced astronomical knowledge. A key element of Maya architecture was the stelae, tall stone columns engraved with inscriptions and images. These stelae that were dedicated to rulers, significant events, or religious rituals, and served as a historical record of the city's achievements. The reliefs on the stelae depict battle scenes, ceremonial rites, and sacrifices. One of the most remarkable features of the Maya civilization was their writing system. They used a complex system of hieroglyphs, many of which were only deciphered in the 20th century. These records tell us about the lives of kings, religious ceremonies, astronomical observations, and even political intrigues. The Maya codices, books written on tree bark, were treasure troves of knowledge. However, most of them were destroyed by Spanish conquistadors, and only a few manuscripts, including the Dresden, Madrid, and Paris codices, have survived to this day. But their genius was not limited to writing. The Maya developed one of the most accurate calendar systems, based on their observations of celestial bodies. Their calendar consisted of several cycles, a 365-day solar year and a 260-day ritual calendar, which were used together to determine auspicious dates for religious and agricultural events. Their calendar was more precise than the Julian calendar used in Europe until the 16th century. Additionally, the Maya developed a sophisticated mathematical system that included the concept of zero, an innovation that other civilizations would not discover for centuries. Religion was at the heart of Maya life. They worshipped numerous gods associated with nature, the cosmos, and the cycle of life. One of the main gods was Kukulkan, the feathered serpent, a deity of wisdom and wind. The god Chak controlled rain and fertility, which was especially important for the agricultural society of the Maya. Maya priests believed that sacrifices were necessary to maintain harmony in the universe. Archaeological findings confirm that offerings, including human sacrifices, were made in sacred cenotes, underground lakes, especially during times of drought and crisis. However, sacrifices were only a small part of their complex spiritual system. The Maya also predicted the future by studying the stars and performed elaborate rituals to communicate with their gods. The Maya were also skilled artisans. Their murals and sculptures are incredibly detailed and realistic. The scenes depicted on murals show not only religious ceremonies, but also everyday life, banquets, hunting, and craftsmen at work. These works of art give us a unique insight into the Maya worldview and culture. Despite the grandeur of their civilization, the Maya faced a crisis. Between 800 and 1000 CE, many of their cities were abandoned. Why did this great civilization decline? Scholars suggest several reasons. Climate change. Prolonged droughts could have led to water shortages and failed harvests. Wars and internal conflicts. Constant wars between city-states weakened them, making them vulnerable. Economic crisis and overpopulation. Expanding cities may have exhausted their resources, leading to social collapse. However, it is important to note that not all Maya disappeared. The descendants of this ancient civilization still live in Mexico and Guatemala, preserving the language and traditions of their ancestors. They continue to celebrate ancient festivals, cultivate traditional crops, and pass down their knowledge through generations. Today, the ruins of ancient Maya cities continue to attract archaeologists and travelers from around the world. Their majestic pyramids, mysterious writings, and astronomical discoveries inspire new generations of researchers. And while their empire has fallen, the spirit of the Maya lives on in their descendants, their culture, and the mysteries we continue to uncover. What other ancient civilizations may still hold secrets waiting to be revealed? Subscribe to learn more about the great cultures of the past.